So this is a result of what happens when these people let the jetty. We're cleaning the north side boat ramp. This is just one of the results. You get weed surrounding the boats, coming down in massive big clumps. This didn't, the weed, even though it looks like a lot on top, it also goes down about 5-6 meters, maybe more even, down the chain, putting massive amounts of pressure. I've been lucky with this one. I had another boat dragged down on top of me because of the weed from the north side boat ramp. He also had logs and stuff included in it that had been pushed out from that boat ramp, tangled in with lots of weed and grass, and he was on a 1.5 ton block of concrete mooring, and he had to cut his rope to break free from the mooring, and I attached to his mooring, giving me anchor chain out, and a mooring with 1.5 ton, which I was able to hold in the floodwater so far. However, I can't clean that amount. There's no way I can clean that amount of weed off there. So I'm basically at the mercy now of the flood, and I can only hope that nothing worse comes down. If it does, I'll have to cut the chain on my anchor, and also cut the mooring away, which will leave me, considering I have no motor. Well, see, I anchored around here because I would be out of all that bad stuff, and not having a motor wouldn't have mattered, but because of the ignorance of these two people who work for the council, because of their, we pleaded with them many times to stop, and they never alerted anybody. They never alerted their bosses that they were doing damage down the river. They just said, we work for the mayor, and he's told us to do this, and we're doing the community a service, and you shouldn't have boats if you can't look after them. And I'm down here looking after my boat every day, but as is a lot of people here in the river. And as you can see, look, the weed is only bits and pieces. It would have been quite manageable, but when they did what they did, they hurt a lot of people here in the river. One person almost lost his life. He was trying to clean the weed, and the floodwater caught him and ripped his tender underwater, and he was hanging off his boat and nearly died. It was only luck that someone had seen him and come and got him. So, and we have crocodiles in this river as well. There was a crocodile spotted near his boat. So at the end of the day, they could have, what they did was negligent and could have killed someone, and they didn't care. They just laughing at people and telling them to fuck off. They didn't inform their supervisor of the dangers that people were telling them was happening. They didn't do anything to help. In fact, they come down here at speed past tenders and past boats and laughing at people. The general consensus of everybody who had seen them down around here said that they were laughing at them as they were going past. So I don't know. You know, they're not human, and I would like to think that they don't represent the council, but they do. They were in a council boat, Rockhampton Regional Council boat. They were in their uniform, and they were just evil. Is my words, evil. This is the guy who fell from his boat. Oh, this is his boat, and you can see we're coming up to it, and you can see you know, the amount of weed that this poor man had been. You know, he's 80 something years old, and or you know, and you can see the amount of weed that he's got on his boat, and he'd been cutting weed off his boat for 36 hours continuously, trying to get it to save his home, to save his house, his own home that he lives in, that he, you know, and it almost cost him his life. It didn't need to, you know. Had these two men listened to us and reported to their supervisor the dangers of what was happening, and it could have been prevented. You know, this near death could have been prevented, and they didn't. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. There's many people in here with stories to tell about what had happened, and it's a nightmare what these two people put us through. And you know, people go, like I say, people when are going up there and pleading with them to stop, and they just laugh as didn't care. I'm lost for words at their attitude as representatives of the council. You know, I'll leave it with this.